Hi mathematicians, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Math Class. Today we are going to be working on lesson 3 in chapter 12, which is customary units of weight. So just like yesterday, if you want to follow along, you can find the chapter 12 lesson 3 notes in the notes section of Google Classroom. All right, here we go. Close this. All right, so again, we're in the customary system still, just like we were yesterday, but today we are talking about units of weight, right? How heavy something is. So let's talk about our unit conversions. Our units are pounds, ounces, and tons. Okay, pounds, which can be abbreviated as LBS. Yes, I know it's a strange abbreviation. Apparently it comes from the Old English something or other. I don't know why it is that way, but that's our abbreviation for pounds. We have ounces, which is abbreviated as OZ, and we have tons, which is just written as tons. There is not an abbreviation. Okay, so let's talk about our conversions. 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. 1 pound is 16 ounces. I don't have any tricky ways to remember that one. Unfortunately, it's one of those things we just have to memorize. Okay. 1 ton is equal to 2,000 pounds. Okay, hopefully that one's a little bit easier to remember. I don't know why, sometimes it just seems as though classes find that one easier. So 1 pound is 16 ounces. 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. We're going to use these conversions as we go through and do our practice problems, which don't want to work on the screen, so I've got to do it on the computer. There we go. Okay, so our first example, 5 pounds is equal to how many ounces? So just like yesterday, we have to think about the relationship between our two units. So we have to think. How many ounces are there in 1 pound? We have to think 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. Okay, so if 1 pound is 16 ounces, we need to take our 16 ounces for 1 pound and multiply it by 5 because we are converting 5 pounds. Okay, so 6 times 5, we get 30. Regroup our 3. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. So 5 pounds is going to be equal to 80 ounces. Okay, this is very, very similar to the lesson that we did yesterday. The only difference is our conversions, right? Instead of talking about distance and length, we are talking about units of weight. Okay, but our process is the same. Going to our next problem, now we have 8,000 pounds, and we are converting that to tons. So our first thing is to think, what's the relationship between our two units? Well, I know 2,000 pounds is equal to 1 ton. It takes 2,000 pounds to make 1 ton. So how many groups of 2,000 can I make from 8,000? Right? Or doing 2,000 dividing 8,000 by that. Okay? How many times can 2,000 go into 8,000? Well, we can use our basic facts and see 2 goes into 8 4 times. 2,000 goes into 8,000 4 times. Meaning 8,000 pounds is going to be equivalent to 4 tons. Okay, again, doing our conversion, thinking about the relationship between our units. The last example that we're going to do is comparing, just like yesterday. Today we're going to compare 90 ounces and 5 pounds. Now, we can't compare apples and oranges, so we have to make sure that our units are the same. So we have to change one of these. And again, it's generally easier to take our larger unit and convert it to our smaller unit. So I'm going to take 5 pounds and convert it into ounces. So I have to think 1 pound is equal to, that's right, 16 ounces. So if 1 pound is 16 ounces, I have to do 16 times 5, right? We actually just did that during our first example, so we know it's 80. So 5 pounds is equivalent to 80 ounces. Now that I have the same units, it's much easier for me to compare, and I can very clearly see 90 ounces is greater than 80 ounces, or 90 ounces is greater than 5 pounds. Okay, so now is your chance to go and do some practice problems with this. You can find that video under the practice problems slide or page on Google Classroom. All right, good luck, mathematicians. Miss A out.